Good evening. Welcome to Current Affairs. Today is September 30th, 2015. So today's news is INS Kochi. The Indian naval strength has been enhanced further. Last year it was INS Kolkata. Today it is INS Kochi. And next year, 2016, this is going to be INS Chennai. So today itself, the INS Kochi has been commissioned, and I have the information with me, and I will show you that information, and have a look at this. Just a moment. Let me open the document. Now, look at this. Hopefully, you can see. INS Kochi. This is the largest India-made warship. It is commissioned on September 30th, 2015. That is today, and the speed is 13 knots. See, 1 knot is equal to 1 nautical mile. That is the 1.852 kilometers. So with this, the Indian Navy, it has been further strengthened. Last year, if you remember, I was also touching this point when I was discussing various issues. Like INS Kolkata was commissioned in August 2014. This time it is INS Kochi, and next year it is going to be INS Chennai. And it is INS Chennai is going to be inducted into Indian Navy at the end of the year 2016. Apart from this, yesterday you must have heard about this NASA. I was referring to this one, NASA, and it found water on Mars in liquid form. So meaning, so once you can see the Mars in this water in the liquid form anywhere, so there may be a possibility of the existence of the living beings. So it could potentially be habitable to certain kinds of bacteria according to NASA. So much of information will come. Lots of exploration has to take place. So we'll wait and watch what is going to happen. With respect to BCCI, we have seen the president recently passed away, Jagmohan Dalmia, and there is an inevitable election, and it is going to be held on October 4th, 2015, within a very short period of time. And they have decided to elect Shashank Manohar as the president. He is a known person, and previously also he served as the president for BCCI starting from the year 2008 up to 2011. Now, please read the question. One sensational statement has been given by one of the world leaders. Controversial statement in the United Nations Assembly, General Assembly rather. Which of the following country president made a comment in the United Nations General Assembly saying that we are not gays? Very recently it happened. Very recently it happened in September 2015. Who is he? Is the president of Zimbabwe, South Africa, United States of America, or Somalia? Answer is Zimbabwe. Answer is Zimbabwe. Look at the answer, please. Answer is A, that is Zimbabwe. You can just look at this. So these are all the controversial statements. So whenever such controversial statements are given by any top person, that will become a bigger news and bigger issue. Look at this. It was Robert Mugabe. It was Robert Mugabe, and he gave this statement. Next, look at this, some information regarding China. It happened on September 20th, 2015. The name of the rocket is the Long March. On September 20th, 2015, China has launched 20 micro satellites. All the nations like India, so which are very much enthusiastic in scientific researches, where we are spending lots of money. Some other countries like China are also doing the same thing. And on September 20th, they have launched Long March. It's a rocket, and through this one, 20 micro satellites have been put into the orbit. And look at this, length of the rocket is 29.3 meters. It uses liquid propellants. The fuel is oxygen and kerosene, and it's free of toxicity and pollution. But for the examination point of view, for you all, they may ask you, Long March is a rocket of which country? Answer is China. Next, if you look at this again, China here, U2 is a land rover of China. It was China's mission on moon in the year 2013. For India, it was Chandrayaan 1, right? Similarly, so there is something like the U2 that is with respect to China's mission on moons. And China became the third country in the world after United States of America and Russia to land on moon. So far, only three countries. One is the United States of America, followed by Russia, and followed by China. Is it okay? Now, so I have some information with respect to the Panchayat elections in Haryana. I am talking about the Panchayat Raj elections, in fact. The Panchayat Raj elections are nothing but the Zilla Parishad, Mandal Panchayat, and the village Panchayat elections. Look at our Constitution of India. In the Constitution of India, by amending our Constitution through the 73rd Amendment, we have added Panchayati Raj to the Constitution of India. So, meaning a third tier government has been created constitutionally in India. So you have the parliament for the nation and state legislatures at the state levels. Similarly, starting from the district level, going to mandal level and village level. So again, we have some other bodies with respect to the elections. Okay, meaning representatives of the people will be there to take care of the needs and necessities of the people. It's a good idea, and it is called the democratic decentralization. And look at the Lok Sabha members and Rajya Sabha members. Or you look at your own MLAs and MLCs. The Constitution has given certain qualifications. Specifically, they have given only, the Constitution has given only two qualifications. One is the citizen of India, and number two is the age criteria. For Lok Sabha and Assembly, not less than 25 years. For Legislative Council and the Rajya Sabha, not less than 30 years. That's it. Apart from this, other qualifications were not mentioned. Other qualifications may be decided by the Parliament from time to time. But when it comes to the educational qualifications, those educational qualifications are not mentioned in the Constitution. They are our representatives sitting in the Lok Sabha, sitting in the Rajya Sabha, sitting in the state legislatures, but still, the Constitution has not given any specific qualification with respect to the education. And of course, during that time, the literacy rate was low, educated people were low. And the idea is that the people who are the representatives, they should have the kind heart to work rather than the qualification. But over a period of time, what happened? The demand for the qualification, education as a qualification to be added has been increased. But even today also, in the Constitution, neither the Constitution nor any other law is mentioning about the educational qualifications of the parliament members and the state legislature members. But some of the states, they are taking measures. They are taking measures with respect to the providing certain basic qualifications to the people, educational qualification. If a person is educationally qualified, then only he should be permitted to enter into the fray with respect to the Panchayat Raj elections. And latest example is Haryana. And Haryana government has decided it. If this is the case, if you put the education as a qualification, how many people will be contesting in the election? And the person, he may have the kind heart to work for the people, but still not eligible to contest in the elections because he does not have the required educational qualification. Then what should be done? First of all, government, this should be a long-term plan. Come on, after 10 years or after 15 years, you just make it a compulsion. After 15 years, you make education should be a compulsion in order to take part in some XYZ elections. And within 15 years, educate the people, create awareness, give them education, make them qualified to contest in elections. This is what is expected from the government, not just before the elections. You can say that education is also qualification. Are you not restricting so many candidates to contest in the elections? Yes, that's the reason why that Haryana government, when it took the decision and it decided certain educational qualifications for the people to contest in the elections, it was taken very seriously by the Supreme Court. And Supreme Court said that till our orders are not released, don't conduct elections in Haryana. That's the reason why it is there in the news. And especially here, all my close friends who are preparing for the civil service examination, these types of points are very, 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 very crucial. Clear? It's not just a Haryana, but think why Haryana government has given qualifications like this. What happens if the same decision is taken by some other states also? Then what should be done? Think logically, think rationally, then you can come to a nice conclusion. Am I clear? Now, so let me open the document regarding the Haryana and let me have a discussion with you. Let's look at this. Yeah. The Haryana Panchayati Raj Amendment Act 2015, meaning the act has been amended, requires that general candidates must have passed class 10 exam. General candidates must have passed class 10, otherwise they are not permitted to contest in the elections. Women candidates, if they want to contest in the elections, they must have cleared 8th standard. When it comes to the Dalit candidates, they need to have cleared at least 5th standards. And the Supreme Court expressed strong reservations about prescribing minimum educational qualification as a prerequisite for contesting the polls. And when it comes to the arguments in the Supreme Court, the Attorney General, here Attorney General is the first law officer of the country, and the constitutional issues that can be argued by the Attorney General on behalf of any state. Is it okay? At the national level, I have Attorney General, and for every state, we have Advocate General. Attorney General is the first law officer of the nation, and Advocate General is the first law officer of the state. Is it okay? But here, what happened in this case, because some constitutional issues are involved in this one, the state government requested the central government, and the permission has been given. That's the reason why Attorney General argued on behalf of the state government. Am I clear? Now, so according to that person, Attorney General, you must know the name, right? Mukul Rohitgi. I was referring this name so many times. And he termed it as a progressive step, which Parliament should also follow. Good. The moment he says this type of words, rather dialogues, that will be so attractive. But is our parliament ready to take such type of steps? The apex court said that the measure would result in barring half of India's population from fighting the elections. This is the fact. This is an excellent observation that is made by the Honorable Supreme Court. Not just, sorry, it is not just making a law and keeping some restrictions, But do certain things and educate the people first, then come out with the last. That is the beauty of getting the things done. Look at this. The bench asked Attorney General that, do you realize what percentage of our population is illiterate? Will the condition of literacy not violate Article 14? You know what is Article 14? Right to equality. Will the condition of literacy not violate Article 14 by making it a prerequisite for candidates to contest in the polls? Virtually 50% of the population will be disqualified straight away from contesting the elections. So, this is the observation that is made by the so called Honorable Supreme Court. Is that okay? Right. So now let me stop at this stage and I'll see you with more current affairs in tomorrow's class. And I thank you so much for being with me this evening. I wish you all the very, very best and you take very good care of yourself. Thank you.